got some potential bad news about Calama and San Pedro. Apparently they've had some floods there, a lot of rain, which is amazing because it doesn't friggin' rain there. It's in the middle of the desert. But anyway, have a lot of rain, and and apparently a lot of areas are closed. So not a heck of a lot we can do about it. We'll just play it by ear, fly in, and if the airport's even open for that matter, but fly in and do what we can do. We got everything all ready to go. So yeah, bring it on, man, bring it on. So, welcome to Santiago. I'm here in Chile. It is 7:30 in the morning. Dad's flying in roughly an hour's time. And he's going to come to the hotel here, and we're going to meet up here. So what's happened over the last, call it 24, 36 hours for me? I was in cattle class. The seats are kind of cramped. I got long legs. But hey, it is what it is. That was all good in the end. I landed in Santiago. There's this crazy thing called a reciprocity tax, or it'll come to me what this tax is called. But anyway, all Australians have to pay it, and it's 117 US dollars. I don't know whether any other countries have to pay it, but there's a little booth with an Australian flag on it, specifically for all the Australians, and we've got to go in and pay this reciprocity tax. Or reciprocal tax, I guess they call it. And you get a little receipt that's clipped into your passport, and when you go through immigration, they actually check for that. And if you haven't paid that tax, they boot you out of the line, and you got to go back and pay the tax before you can get into the country. And then stood at the baggage carousel waiting for my bag until there were no bags on the carousel. So I'm like, oh, bugger. At least I had all my clothes and whatnot in it, but the main thing I was concerned about was the drone. The drone cost a couple of grand. I didn't particularly want to lose that. I'm standing in line there again for probably another 20, maybe even 30 minutes. It was quite a long line at that desk. I got up to the front of the queue, showed my bag tag. They had a quick look on their system, and they said, "Oh, your bag is coming from Sydney." I'm like, "Well, that's impossible." Because I flew out of Brisbane, and my bag was checked from Brisbane all the way through here to Santiago. And she said, "Well, there's the Sydney carousel. Go over, have a look over on that carousel." And I looked over my shoulder, and it was there. I saw it swinging around the corner. Waiting for Dad. He's here in an hour's time. Then we're back to the airport, and we fly from here, Santiago, to Calama. And then we grab a bus from Calama to San Pedro. And in San Pedro, we've got a little hostel or a hotel. We overnight there, and tomorrow morning we pick up our four-wheel drive and we head off into the Atacama Desert. So, yeah, in an hour's time, get to catch up with Dad, and we'll get this rock show on the road. All right. Hello! Welcome to Chile!
I think I might have transposed.
Get your stuff, dude. I thought I heard a voice.
I went back to my text. You must have sent it as a multimedia.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you must know.
Great to see you, Dad.
Sure does.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
I love to see you strut up and down the floor when you're talking to me. That baby talk.
The street, which is called Los Argabos or something like that. We think we do a right-hand sweeper around this corner into downtown. That's the feeling.
If it doesn't rain on us.
all
the driest place on earth.
All the streets are full of mud from recent rains. All right, we just think we're walking down the main street, or this main street to the main street. This would have all been underwater. I wonder whether underneath this road is those pavers.
They get something like this in San Pedro every decade, so that's only every 10 years.
Right. So this was a once-in-a-decade type flood.
That's what it said.
A couple of desperados here looking for a beer. That's all we want, just a beer. Not a lot to ask. We'll to follow these people because they're not going to get killed. Except the bike almost destroyed them. All these walls are made out of mud brick, isn't it? Straw mixed with mud. Okay, we're at the restaurant.
Whatever it's called.
We don't know what it's called, no. We did look
Yes,
at
we do. La Plaza.
La Plaza. La Plaza. We're at La Plaza. They've got beer, so we're going to order a pitcher of Crystal, which is good. We were not fans of Kunstmann. Tasted a lot like fish. What do you reckon about San Pedro so far, Dad?
It's rustic.
Yeah, it is very rustic.
Quite muddy.
Yeah. Okay, we got Cristal. That's good. Yes?
Excellent.
Excellent. We ordered 2 things to share to start off with. Quesadillas, which we could pronounce and we understood what were, so that was good.
And the Saloposillas, we couldn't.
That's it, yeah. Which were, sounded like a bread.
Pumpkin bread. Or
Pumpkin bread,
Yeah.
exactly, with some sort of hot pepper stuff. So, yeah, we'll give it a crack.
By the time we get out of this town, we'll be speaking fluent Spanish.
Nah, see. We do have this little sucker, Spanish for idiots, which is good. That's helped us get a menu.
So anyway, yeah, we're gonna go get we're gonna head over and pick up our camper right now, and we'll be off, and we'll be out of touch now for, way up 5 or 6 days. Yeah.
We're just standing in a graveyard here, and it's kind of surreal, really.
It's gonna be awesome, I think.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. We're in.
We are loaded to the hilt.
To the hill. Okay, so we have to go to the bakery to have some lunch, and it's a French bakery, which is supposed to be amazing. And then we've somehow got to find a grog shop. We think we might know where it is, but not 100% certain about that. Whoops, we just got shit coming out the wazoo. This little 2-seater is packed to the freaking rafters. We're almost on the bump stops already.
And we're going bush.
And we're going bush, yes. Once we got our beers and our grog, etc. from San Pedro, we left town, decided to head south along Route 23, and continued south until we saw a sign for Laguna Seja. So we took a track off the main track, headed along, and it was actually these small 2 little salt lakes here that were Laguna Seja. Unfortunately, when we got there, they were closed, and there was a boom gate that sort of locked us out, so we had to backtrack back to the main Route 23, and then we continued to head south along Route 23. So after riding along Route 23 for 3/4 of an hour or so, it was getting close to beer o'clock and time to look for a camp, and we found this little side road. I followed the little side road along for, it must have been about 5 kilometers or so, and we were coming close to a ridge line, and we said, geez, it'd be nice if we could camp up on that ridge line. Kept following the road along, and sure enough, there was a 4-wheel drive track that ran up on the face of this little hill to the base of the ridge line. We pulled up there for camp, watched some storms roll in for the evening, which was pretty amazing, and then the following day we actually climbed up on top of this ridge and spent some time up on top of the ridge. we get to camp, I'll get the beers and you go get the firewood.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, this is too cool.
Yep. I think we found our nest.
Yeah, I think so too. Wow. I think it's the end of the line here, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like an order. No, it doesn't look like it. I was thinking if you could keep it. No, it doesn't look like we can get back in here.
No, it's like this is
Yeah,
the
this is
beauty.
where they turned around.
Yeah. All right. Now, one thing I've learned about rooftoppers is you need flat ground.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, put the car like this.
I might be able to pick up one. I didn't bring a lump. Up. Just a little further. A little bit more. Hey, we are on top of the frickin' wall.
So what are we doing, Dad?
We're sitting here on top of a mountain, watching it rain in the driest desert in the world.
Excellent.
How can this be?
I think Mr. GoPro could probably pick up the rain pitter-pattering on the windscreen.
I believe he could. I believe he could. The only good thing about this spot is we're dry and we got cerveza.
Cold beersies. And they're cristals, not
Not that Kunstmann.
Kunstmann. Yeah, no, that's not good.
Anyways, we're sitting on top of this mountain, socked in all around us, 360 degrees.
Almost, yeah.
Lightning flashing all around us. Static electricity in the air.
Yep, getting electrocuted off of one another.
Exactly.
And now my beer's empty and you're going to have to go out in the rain and get the next one.
That's true, you bought the last round. Damn. I lose.
We went for a walk up the top of the hill and Jesus, I touched Dad, get electrocuted. He touched me, get electrocuted. I pick up a stone off the ground, get electrocuted. It was crazy.
I said, let's get the hell out of here. I've heard. That's a sign there's...
The lightning coming.
Strangely enough, there's all these kind of tracks on the sides of the hills here that look like animal tracks. Just going all over the place.
Yeah,
I don't know what the heck they are.
But we haven't seen one animal.
I've seen a bird.
Yeah.
Remember that? It was a black one, and it flew into the bank down there, and we've never seen it again.
Yep. Yep.
One thing I can say, truthfully, very truthfully, Terry and I are very compatible on where we need to be.
Definitely. And when we need to be there.
Exactly.
Yep. 3 o'clock, getting thirsty.
Yep. For sure. 2 peas in a pod, I'd say.
Indeed, indeed.